we do striptease for Meisha.
Stripteasing you dancing?
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who told this guy that is a striptease? Where's he been getting all of his information from?
When I was young, the movie with Patrick Swayze. I forgot the name.
So gross.
Why?
No one puts this man baby in the corner. I never expected Nicola to be the type of guy to take sexual inspiration from Dirty Dancing. But here we are. As he's swaying his hips in the Dead Sea in an effort to show Meisha his affection, there's one thing on his mind. And no, it's not just that he's having the time of his life and he's never felt this way before.
Meisha's trip to Israel is coming to an end. And I was thinking to propose to her. But I'm nervous if she will say yes to me.
Now, ever since his family gave their blessing to Meisha in the last episode, and his mum expressly stated that Meisha's past doesn't matter, Nicola has seemed visibly a lot happier. I mean, he's dancing in the Dead Sea for crying out loud. But it's not all sunshine and hip thrusts. The last we saw of these two, Meisha was raising her concerns about their relationship. That after Nicola was outlandishly rude to her at his mum's house. She felt like Nicola's family were never the ones with the problem. In fact, she's beginning to wonder whether it was Nicola with the problem all along. Is Nicola ashamed of her?
Is it possible that it's because it's not an issue with them, it's an issue with you? You have a lingering issue with me being a divorced woman.
Now, despite the fact that he's been treating her like she's been a burden since she arrived in Israel, Nicola maintains that he's never held Meisha's past against her. But when we join them in this episode, he seems to have a real change of heart. You see, he's taken her on a romantic trip to the Dead Sea. He's cracking a smile or two. He's even flirting with Meisha, by his standards at least.
But it's the first time that I'm putting mad on a woman, and I want to show to Meisha that I'm a romantic person, so I hope she will love it.
Look, Nicola's clearly trying to lay it on pretty thick, but that doesn't mean that Meisha's going to be eating it up. I mean, she has been pretty patient considering the man-child that she's in a relationship with. But now, for the first time, we're seeing Nicola attempt to show some kind of sexual interest in Meisha. So how's Meisha gonna take it? How does sexy talk look for a 46-year-old virgin?
Is this the sexiest way to do this?
Why? I love you, sweet baby.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's very awkward. And you can practically see Meisha cringing as Nicola recklessly slaps mud all over her body. He's so brutish about it. Like, I've taken more care buttering a slice of toast than Nicola has for massaging the love of his life. But Meisha tries to steer him in the right direction, in a more sexy direction.
Putting this Dead Sea mud on me like you would spackle a wall. Okay. Do you want me to do you really quick? Do you want to take these down? What's under your arm?
Now, while Nicola isn't exactly swatting away Meisha's advances as he has previously, he's still so ignorant about it that it almost borders on arrogance. Meisha offers him an olive branch. She says we can talk about what we'd like from each other intimacy-wise. But Nicola returns her kindness by insisting that, of course, he already knows everything there is to know about how to treat a woman. And coming from a middle-aged man who's never been intimate with anyone, I'm about as convinced as Meisha is. What a lucky woman she is, right?
I know what is woman, I know how women operate, I know everything, but everything has to come in the right time.
Well, you can't fully know how a woman operates because that would just be impossible.
He's just so damn smug. Look, as a 40-something-year-old virgin, you'd think that he'd be jumping at the chance for some tips, some guidance. And something tells me that it's not just insecurity, it's not a false bravado. He actually thinks that he knows everything there is to know about sex. Like, he even cites his very questionable source, the fountain of all his sexual knowledge.
Sex you learn in Israel when you are in the 5th grade. They explain to you about women and men. So knowledge is a power.
Exactly, Nicola. Knowledge is power. So why not seek some more knowledge from the lady sat beside you? Now, in fairness to Nicola, he doesn't just talk the talk. When he and Meisha get into the water, he starts to kiss her. He even whips out one of his best moves.
I would do striptease for Misha.
Stripteasing you dancing?
Yeah.
Meisha may be an extremely patient lady, but clearly she's not immune from getting the ick. She swiftly tells Nicola enough with the dirty dancing moves. It looks like she's literally seconds away from throwing up in her mouth. Now, it's not that she's not attracted to Nicola. Somehow, miraculously, she is. She doesn't look at him as a man-child. She sees him as a hunk.
I am very physically attracted to Nicola. That kind of innocence, that kind of funniness about him, and then he does everything with confidence. I actually think it's super sexy.
Now, for all his flaws, Nicola is making an effort to up the ante. Like, he's trying. He wants to get physical with Meisha. Sure, he may have found his inspiration from the most bizarre of places, a movie from 1987, but the effort is there. The very fact that he's even openly talking about sex with her is a pretty big deal. It's progress. It's a step in the right direction.
I will make love to her every day. Every day, because I know Misha will love it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a
I think
machine.
it's super...
I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely loving this new playful side to Nicola. I think he's actually really realised that he needs to make more of an effort. He hasn't exactly been the most light-hearted, playful guy this trip. And perhaps his increased effort might also come from a place of insecurity. Based on how Meisha's been acting, he's worried that he may have put her off.
I don't think I can make her happy. And that's make me to feel not secure in her love. So yeah, I'm worried.
So after their trip to the Dead Sea, Nicola makes yet another effort to impress Meisha. He takes her on a very sacred day trip. Off they go to the Christian quarter in the old city of Jerusalem. Now, this is a pretty big moment for Meisha. She's absolutely blown away by it, and she's really truly grateful to Nicola for bringing her there.
The 14 Stations of the Cross, it's an unreal experience for a Catholic, especially a Catholic living in America.
She explains that this experience is a double whammy. It's important to her not just because of the faith element of the location, but also because it's religion that brought her and Nicola together. That is the entire foundation of their relationship. That's what she's built the last 7 years of her life around. But Nicola is starting to feel the pressure. You see, he really wants to propose to Meisha, but he's not sure that she's going to say yes. Has this change of attitude that we've seen in him been enough to convince Meisha to accept his hand in marriage?
Misha's trip to Israel is coming to an end. And I was thinking to propose to her. But I'm nervous if she will say yes to me.
Now, the next morning, after their trip to Jerusalem, Nicola takes Meisha out once again. This time to a coffee shop. But you can see that he's starting to get tired of all of this extra effort that he's having to make. You see, when he goes inside the shop and comes back out with a salad and a coffee, he acts as though he's just presented her with a Lamborghini. He asks for praise, and Meisha is left just as confused as I am.
What do you think about my love to you?
Bringing me my coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going
Well,
on this
that was
way,
very-
waiting for the mozzarella.
I mean, what's he expecting? A hero's welcome for bringing a salad and a coffee to the table? Come on, Nicola, you're not exactly doing yourself any favours here. If you're looking for a life partner, it involves a lot more than just playing waiter once in a while. But the ever-gracious Meisha makes sure to humour him. She knows by now what his moods can be like. He's an emotional minefield.
Thank you
Woman.
so much for
That
bringing...
I love you. Look how
For
loud.
ordering my coffee and bringing it to this table. Thank you.
I think you just said that because I told you.
There's an underlying tension between these two. The dynamic seems to have switched. Now it's Meisha that's the more distant one. She's no longer clamouring for Nicola's affection. In fact, it's the other way round. It's Nicola that's looking for praise and recognition. But the problem is, he clearly doesn't feel comfortable about their switch in roles.
But here's the thing. When I tell you I love you, I don't hear back Misha say, oh, Nicola, I love you too.
He goes on to list all the times that she never returned his I love yous. And honestly, it's pretty ironic that it's Nicola that's keeping score, because at this point, it should be Meisha keeping track of all the red flags she's collected. There's something about Nicola's attitude that now really seems to annoy Meisha, and she doesn't hold back from letting him know that she feels deceived.
Since I got here, it's been a different Nicola that I've been dealing with.
Throughout this trip, Meisha has had no problems with telling Nicola what she expects, but every time she's done so, it's been delivered in a sympathetic kind of way. But this is her most blunt response yet. There's no tears. She doesn't really care how he'll respond. She's speaking her truth calmly and clearly, and I think her confidence and inner strength is what's causing Nicola to feel even more insecure. He feels unsafe in this relationship, but while she may be losing hope, Meisha does still throw him a lifeline.
Nicola, I love you very much.
Thanks to God for that, Meisha.
Do you believe that I love you?
Yeah, I do believe that you love me.
His response is interesting, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure that he does believe it, and Meisha seems to pick up on it too.
Was there hesitation there?
And while Nicola goes on to try and reassure Meisha that he really does believe it, it's interesting that the very next thing that Meisha says is a reason why they may not be able to get married. She's still waiting to hear back about whether or not her previous marriage has been annulled. She knows that that annulment is hugely important for Nicola.
You know, we still have the hurdle of the annulment.
Complicated situation, Meisha. Very complicated.
I wonder if Meisha is sensibly using this delay, this extra time needed until the annulment goes through, to maybe drop some subtle hints to Nicola that for as much as she loves him and his Patrick Swayze moves, she's still not convinced that a proposal at this point in their relationship is the correct move. So I'm very curious to know what will happen if Nicola does get down on one knee.